Wednesday. I am so happy to be connected with you again on this Power Wednesday. I'm Dr. Mayurika Das Biswas, and we meet on Wednesdays on and off, and it's such great pleasure. मुझे ना बहुत सारे लोग कई बार पूछते हैं कि डॉक्टर मयूरिका कंसिस्टेंट कैसे बने, ये कंसिस्टेंसी कैसे लाए। मतलब कुछ दिनों के लिए दूध छोड़ देते हैं, कुछ दिनों के लिए स्मूदी पी लेते हैं, कुछ दिनों के लिए जिम जाते हैं और फिर वो कंटिन्यू नहीं हो पाता। So many people who are not able to be consistent. Now, there are so many people who might have joined the gym on the 1st of the month, like, the 1st of Jan, I'm going to join the gym. This year, I'm going to change my life. I'm going to do big things and going to transform forever. I'll move on to a different life altogether. ऐसा बहुत सोचते हैं हम, लेकिन फिर what happens is that within a few days, momentum loss, energy loss. There's no desire to continue anymore. There's no desire to put that extra effort. And then there are times you tell yourself, oh, I'm too tired. I don't think I can do it. Maybe this just one time I will cheat. Maybe there's just one time I will let go. बस आज आइसक्रीम खा लेता हूँ. बस आज जिम नहीं जाऊंगा. Just today I will, this coffee with milk, and just for a few days I can skip my smoothie, I can skip my diet as my dietitian has prescribed, and it'll be okay. Maybe just that one day doesn't matter. Maybe that 2 days don't matter. Are you right when you say that one day doesn't matter? The answer is yes, you are right. To your brain, honestly, the one day does not matter as long as you come back and you just keep it one day. To your brain, the repetition and the compounding effect of the repetition matters. So for your brain and for your body, when you exercise 5 days a week, that starts having an impact over a 1-year period of time. Over 1 year, you have exercised on many, many days, and that starts showing an impact on your face, on your body, on your life. When you leave junk food and choose home cooked food, in the first month, it may not have an effect. In the second month, it will not have an effect. But over a year's period of time, you will notice that there is automatic inch loss. You will notice that there is automatic increase in your health status, increase in stamina. You're feeling fresher. If you get your body vitals checked, you'll see that there'll be, improvement in your cholesterol, fatty liver will come down. You'll see a lot of improvements. Over a longer duration of time, the little efforts that you make consistently have a lot of impact. And over a longer duration of time, the small mistakes that you make rarely do not have a big impact. The small mistakes that you make rarely do not have a big impact. पर प्रॉब्लम कहाँ है फिर? ठीक है ना, ज्यादा से ज्यादा दिन अच्छे रहेंगे, कभी कभी शैतानी कर लेंगे, कभी कभी मिस्टेक्स कर लेंगे. मिस्टेक कहाँ होती है? So the consistency problem happens over here, that when you have had a lapse, then after enjoying that lapse, you get angry at yourself. After enjoying the lapse, you tell yourself, oh my God, I didn't go to the gym. My New Year resolution is broken now. Broken. Gone. गया सब गया. अब कुछ नहीं हो सकता. अब छोड़ दो जिम. सोते रहो. So the problem occurs when you do not come back onto track. The problem occurs when you get angry at yourself and you label yourself as a loser, as a person who cannot exercise, as lazy. I have met so many people who've told me, Dr. Mayurika, I am so lazy, I just don't exercise. There's so many people who keep telling me that their problem is their laziness. And why do you think these people call themselves lazy? क्यों वो अपने आप को lazy बुला रहे हैं? क्योंकि lazy बुलाने पे उनको कोई बहुत मजा नहीं आता, उनको दुख होता है, तकलीफ होती है, अपने आप से नजर नहीं मिला सकते। ओके, अच्छी बात है कि अपने आप से हम यूजुअली भी नजर नहीं मिला सकते, हमको आईने में देखना पड़ता है, तो वो खुद को फेस नहीं कर पाते when they call themselves lazy. So then why do they call themselves lazy? That is because this is what they have learned in their environment. If something is not being done, then that is because the person is at fault. The person is lazy. The person is choosing to not do it because he's choosing to not make efforts. And that is what laziness is understood as. But I always tell people that there is no laziness in the world. There is only a resource problem or a intention problem. Okay, repeat after me. Repeat after me because this is very important. There is no laziness in the world. Okay, there is no laziness in the world. There is only resource problem or there is an intention problem. So resource problem could mean that you don't have the right energy, you don't have the right time, you don't have the right people around you who will support the behavior. अगर आपके आसपास घर में सभी लोग जंक फूड बिल्कुल नहीं खाते, आपके घर में सभी लोग नियम से कुछ ना कुछ एक्सरसाइज किए जा रहे हैं, सो एक्सरसाइज नहीं करना आपके लिए बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाएगा, because you're living in a community, you're living in a society and a unit that helps and supports exercise. An intention problem is when you're not completely convinced. Okay, there are certain things that probably don't convince you enough. So for example, maybe cycling doesn't convince you, you're not convinced to take up that action, but dancing could convince you. Maybe gymming doesn't convince you, but martial arts could convince you. You have to find that right sweet spot where you have intention and you have the right resources also. Wherever intentions meet resources, behavior becomes automatic. फिर से एक बार इस चीज को समझते हैं, जब हमारी मंशा होती है और हमारे पास साधन भी हो, साधन क्या क्या है, ताकत है, एनर्जी है, लोग है, सप्लाईज है, जिमिंग इक्विपमेंट है, सामान है। सो जब हमारे पास साधन होता है और मंशा होती है, दोनों मिल जाते हैं, तो फिर कोई भी क्रिया एकदम सरल बन जाती है, ऑटोमेटिक हो जाती है, राइट? नाउ another reason why people are not able to be consistent is something that I'll build on from this idea of self-blame only. People call themselves bad things when they are not consistent. And when they call themselves something bad or something poor, like, you're lazy, you're bad, I can't do it, I'm just not athletic enough, I'm too weak, I'm too slim, I'm too fat, it's not going to work. When we call ourselves all of these things, we are accepting an identity that we have to live up to. फिर हमने अपने आप को कह दिया, हम तो है ही ना आलसी, हम तो है ही ना बेढंगे, हमारे पास तो टाइम है ही नहीं, हम तो है ही बहुत बिजी. So we give ourselves a label, a negative label that we have to live up to. When this similar thing happens with children, isn't it? And it must have happened in your adolescence as well, that whenever your parents probably called you that, hey, you're careless, you are not taking responsibility, you lack responsibility, you lack direction. After a certain point, for a certain period of time, you might have accepted that also, that maybe they're right. Maybe I don't have a sense of direction. Maybe I am clumsy. Maybe I am careless. And it takes a lot of convincing from the outside world to tell us that, no, you're not all of that. It takes a lot of feedback from, the people outside our family to tell us that, no, you're actually pretty sincere. और लोगों के सालों साल दशक निकल जाते हैं इस लड़ाई में। उनके घर से उनको कुछ बताया गया है और उनको बाहर से कुछ अपने बारे में सुनने मिल रहा है और वो कंफ्यूज है कि असल में मैं कौन हूं। सच बात यह है कि असल में आप जो भी बनना चाहते हैं वो आप बन सकते हैं। असल में आप जो भी चुनते हैं वही चीज आप है। If you choose to be lazy, if you choose an identity of a lazy person, you will start living that identity. But if you choose the identity of an athlete, if you call yourself a passionate dancer, then you will automatically choose the actions that enable you to dance. I know people who are my friends who are doing corporate jobs and having a base standard life, but at least 3 times a week they just have to go to the dance studio and dance. Not because they have a performance, not because they want to dance in front of anyone, but just the act of dancing makes them feel so good. फ्रीडम फ्रॉम डायबिटीज में आने के बाद अनगिनत लोगों ने, सैकड़ों लोगों ने अपने एथलेटिक आइडेंटिटी को ढूंढा। 100 किलोमीटर साइकिल चलाए, एक शहर से दूसरे शहर तक साइकिल में पहुंच गए। पीपल हैव टेकन अ जिमर आइडेंटिटी, पीपल हैव बिल्ड देयर मसल, रिवर्स देयर डायबिटीज। ये सब तब पॉसिबल होता है जब आप एक नई आइडेंटिटी को एक्सेप्ट कर लेते हैं। सो कंसिस्टेंसी का ये जो लास्ट एस्पेक्ट है वो ये है कि एक्सेप्ट करो दैट यू are an athlete or you are a vegan or that you are somebody who's passionate about a particular habit. जब आप एक आइडेंटिटी एक्सेप्ट कर लेते हैं then it becomes very easy for you to make choices according to that identity. ये बात मुझे और अच्छे से तब एक दिन समझ में आई थी जब मैं डिनर करने अपनी एक बहुत खास दोस्त के साथ बाहर गई थी, डॉक्टर मनीषा। वो भी हमारे एफएफडी से है। Now it was very interesting that she had asked the waiter that what do you have which is vegan over here? And the waiter said, yeah, there is the salad that we have and I just get it and it's vegan. When the salad was got, Dr. Manisha had 1 spoon of it and she could make out that there was some dairy product in it. There was some cheese on it, which was milk-based cheese. Okay. So she called him and said that I had asked for a vegan salad, but the cheese on this is milk-based. So I cannot have it. Can you bring me some pizza which is made out of non-dairy cheese, okay, which uses non-dairy cheese. He looked it up and then fortunately they had that and they brought that pizza. What I saw was that because Dr. Manisha had strongly accepted the identity of a vegan, all her choices were easily made. It was easy for her to detect what supports her identity and what does not support her identity. It was easy for her to choose what she should eat. It was easy for her to choose what she should not eat. Okay. Although she had taken a spoonful of the food, still she did not tell herself that, okay, now I've had 1 spoonful of this salad which has cheese. I might as well have the whole salad which has cheese. She did not say that because that is something her identity would not approve of. आप समझ रहे हैं मेरी बात को? यही तो चीज होती है हमारे साथ जब हम एक आइडेंटिटी को नहीं मानते। जब हम एक आइडेंटिटी को नहीं मानते तब हम एक काम कर रहे हैं क्योंकि हमको वो काम करना है या नहीं करना है। तो कभी कभी हम चूज करते हैं कि हम करेंगे, कभी हम चूज करते हैं हम नहीं करेंगे। ठीक है। सो अगर हम वीगन खाना खाने के लिए वीगन खा रहे हैं क्योंकि इट्स एन एक्शन दैट विल हेल्प मी, सो इन दैट केस एक बार खा लिया, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, कल से नहीं खाएंगे, ये थॉट प्रोसेस चलता। लेकिन जब आपकी आइडेंटिटी ही है कि मैं एक वीगन इंसान हूं, तो किसी भी हालत में आप उस बिहेवियर को कंटिन्यू नहीं कर पाएंगे जो आपकी आइडेंटिटी को मैच नहीं करती. So if you would have the identity of a gymmer, जो फ्रीडम फ्रॉम डायबिटीज में डॉक्टर मल्हार बार बार कहते हैं कि आपकी एथलेटिक आइडेंटिटी ही है जो आपको आपके रिटायरमेंट के बाद साथ देगी, रिटायरमेंट के पहले साथ देगी. आपकी एथलेटिक आइडेंटिटी ही है जो आपका साथ देगी कि आप अपनी जिंदगी में नया मीनिंग ढूंढ पाए, बीमारियों से जल्दी बाहर आए, बीमारियों को टाटा बाय बाय बोले. It is your athletic identity that helps you bounce back. And I feel it is your identity that helps you remain consistent on a behavior no matter how many challenges you have. So, to sum it all up, do not be too angry with yourself when you're not able to do something. Don't give yourself negative labels. Those negative labels do not help. Don't call yourself lazy, all right? Call yourself the label that will help you remain consistent. And remember, if you do make mistakes on and off over a long period of time, your on and off mistakes don't matter. Over a long period of time, your consistent choice matters. So consistently choose an identity. You can be whoever you want. Thank you so much for your valuable time.